Hey everyone, and welcome to the Logan Fields B2B Podcast, where I ask 6 questions in 8 minutes because I love sitcoms, and there's only 8 great sitcoms ever created. So here we go. Question number 1, who are you? And in a couple sentences, tell us what you do.
Yeah, hey Logan, my name is Cesar Espino, and a little bit about myself. I was born in Mexico City. I was born into a very poor family, and fast forward a couple of years back, I came to the United States. I'm now a full-time entrepreneur, and my primary business is real estate investing and helping out people.
Awesome. I love it. Question number 2, what about your business gives you the most excitement?
Yeah, one of the things that I really enjoy is really helping out people. So one of the things that I really value is creating win-win solutions between me and the people that I'm helping out. And as a matter of fact, that's one of my, kind of missions. If I cannot help people, I don't really want to do business with them. That's my passion.
I like that. I like that a lot. All right, now we're going to get a little bit more personal. All of us in business have part of business that's not our favorite. It might be the financial part. It might be marketing and sales. It might be systems, processes, or something else. Whatever it is. Question number 3, what part of your business is most frustrating for you right now?
I would say probably the accounting and the financial part of it, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times, it's just so much to keep up with the accounting, making sure that you're paying all your vendors, making sure that everything's getting into your accounting system, whatever you're using. For me, that's probably one of the most frustrating things, not only because it's a lot of work. Number 2, I've trained people in the past and they just don't get it, right? So that's probably the other part of it too. It's just training people, on that.
Sure. Yep. I guess the double-edged sword of what you do, real estate is so advantageous with a good tax strategy,
Yep.
but you
Right.
have to have the good accounting behind
Exactly.
it to execute on So I get what you're saying, because you have to implement complexities that some of us don't have to deal with in our
Right.
businesses. So
Exactly.
I totally get it. I love it. All right, question number 4. What other business owners should be on my podcast?
I would say I have quite a few people. I would say this guy named by the name of James Allen. He's a business coach. And then another guy, he's James Ladd Jr. I think that will be pretty good for your podcast.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it. All right, now the big reason we're here. Question number 5. What is one piece of unique advice you have for business owners?
I would say, regardless of what's going on in people's lives or in their business, never give in, never give up, right? I wrote this book, You Can Overcome Anything, even when the world says no. And the reason why I wrote that book is because a lot of times as business owners or as people, in general, we are always, brought down by the different circumstances that are happening throughout the world, right? All the distractions, all the noise. And so I would say never give up. With that, though, comes the big challenge, and the big part of that is that you got to work harder on yourself than you do for somebody else, right? And a lot of times we tend to forget that we tend to work harder for somebody else, building somebody else's dreams instead of building your own dream. And so I would say always, always keep working on yourself.
Man, I never thought of that, but that is so true.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Why do you
Right.
think that is?
It's funny. I'm not sure. I think people just, it's what I consider to be this type of programming. People just go through work, like even me back in the day, I will go to work. I'll come back. I'm tired. I did a good job at work. I gave it 100%. I'm tired. And what people tend to do is they go to the couch, watch TV, just relax, or maybe, pop a beer or something. And then you just forget that you just wasted all that day. And so one thing that I changed now is that you have to, regardless of how busy you are, regardless of any noise, work on yourself, because at the end of the day,
Yes.
that's the one you have to take care of, and that's part of my journey. So anyone that wants to get into being an entrepreneur or being a small business owner, you have to do that.
Absolutely. On the working harder for others or it being easier.
Yep.
Here's my theory as I'm thinking as we're talking. I think my theory is because we are so obsessed with how we look to other people.
True.
That's my theory.
It could be.
So
Yep.
it becomes like a fuel for us,
Yep.
but it's not a healthy fuel.
Right. Exactly.
It's like putting diesel into your regular unleaded tank.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So and then what you just said about working on ourselves,
Right.
Totally agree. And I think entrepreneurs need to have the discipline to leave themselves enough room, because we're talking, I don't know exactly what your reference point is, but really it depends on what you're doing, but you're talking 1 to 4 hours a day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Something in that range, which is a lot of time weekly. So you have to like cut the fat in other areas to leave enough time, because also if you've crunched yourself with so much little stuff, even if you have an hour blocked out, if your mind's just obsessed with the other things that you're doing after the timer goes off, it's counterproductive.
Right.
I like it, man. Yeah. No, that's a lot of good stuff. I love it. All right,
awesome.
One more question before we go.
Okay.
What is your favorite TV show or sitcom?
I would say when I used to watch TV. So you were talking about, that 4-hour block, you got to leave something. I gave up watching TV, so I don't watch TV anymore, because that's one of the things that I figure, it just was taking a lot of my time. Yeah. Back in the day, though, I used to watch Friends. So Friends is one of those that, I really enjoyed, and for multiple reasons. It was pretty awesome.
I love that show. Yep. That's a great show. All right. Well, thanks so much for being on the podcast. What is your website?
My website is www.CesarRespino.com. So it's my name, middle initial, last name.com.
Awesome. All right, everybody. This has been the Logan Fields B2B Podcast. Be sure to visit loganfields.com. Learn how a mobile app can take your business to the next level. If you don't, Ron Swanson will come to your kitchen and eat all the bacon and eggs you have.